This is Inside Ascension. Hello, I'm John Connolly, Manager of Video Programming for Ascension Parish Government. Not only would I like to thank you for joining us, I'd also like to introduce you to Marshall Courtney, Ascension 21's Video Production Specialist and new co-host of Inside Ascension.
Thanks, John, and thank you wherever you may be watching. I'm glad to be in Ascension Parish, and I'm excited to be a part of the team bringing you the stories about what's going on inside Ascension Parish government. Welcome, Marshall. It's good to have you here. In this episode, severe weather and dealing with the aftermath seems to be routine for us in Ascension Parish. So being prepared for severe weather events is important. In this episode, I'll show you how taking a few minutes now to protect your family and property may save you precious time later as the next severe weather system approaches. And I'll have an update on Project Kids Cove, a park and playground coming to Gonzales, meant for everyone, but especially designed for children with special needs and their families. We'll tell you how you can help make this park become a reality in Ascension Parish. Please stay with us because those stories and some lagniappe are coming to you right now inside Ascension. Preparing for severe weather and dealing with the aftermath is a way of life in South Louisiana. We've seen our share in Ascension Parish. But unlike weather events such as hurricanes, tropical storms, and flooding, which you may have a few days to prepare for, severe weather events like tornadoes and thunderstorms producing high winds, those can strike much quicker, sometimes with only seconds to take cover. That was the case in December when a strong storm front made its way across South Louisiana, spawning several tornadoes across the region and right here in Ascension Parish, including one which caused damage to several businesses and homes along Black Bayou Road and Highway 44.
Well, it was a very tragic day. Things started about 6 o'clock that morning. They put out tornado watches and warnings. Probably around 8 something that morning, we got a report of an accident where a vehicle got picked up by a tornado and thrown into a local business. And then a few minutes later, we got dispatched to our own station for a fire alarm, which we thought was a regular routine fire alarm. And then once we got here, we realized that the front of our station had fallen.
Describe what you
said. It looked like a bomb that went off inside the station. As you can see, the front of the station was down on the ground. The back bay doors were on top of the fire trucks and a vehicle that we had parked inside the bay. Trash cans and our training prop that we had in the back was all flipped over, and it was some of the front garage doors was out on Highway 44. It was very bad. Yeah, never thought it was going to happen to us, but we always out helping everybody else. And everything we have to call for help ourselves. So as soon as we got here, we noticed what the stuff was. We started making appropriate phone calls. We called Rick Weber, which is also the president of the fire department, director of Homeland Security. He came out here and he got in touch with, I guess, with Tommy Martinez, parish president, and he sent his crews out here and equipment, and they went to work immediately. Sheriff Wally sent the inmates out to assist us with the cleanup also. And then our local businesses that does work at our station on a daily basis, they was out here getting the fire alarms back in service, the sprinkler systems, and fixing the water leaks that we have so we can get back up and running and still protect our community.
You know, in the back of people's mind, most people consider the major risks that we have in the parish, hurricanes and floodings, but hazardous weather can be just as dangerous. So what we do is we recommend that people go to our website, www.ascensionparish.net, go to register for first call, and make sure that you click on the hazardous weather notifications. And once you do that, then you'll get immediate notification on your cell phones that we have an incident, text message. You know, we have an incident, that we have a tornado watch or warning anywhere in the parish, and you get that immediately. So that's the most important thing that you can do right now.
Receiving emergency alerts via text message is easy, and it could save your life. This is how you can register. To sign up for alerts, go to alertregistration.com/Ascension Parish. Fill out your contact information, making sure you click on the box, Yes, I would like to be added to the weather notification system. Then click on Confirm my contact information. On the next page, confirm your information is correct, then click Submit. It's that easy.
It could save your life. Yeah, I mean, it comes through the National Weather Service. I mean, so the National Weather Service is the one that activates it. So if we have an incident anywhere in the parish, a watch or a warning, you'll get it immediately by text message on your cell phone. So that's critical. You know, we don't have the siren systems that they have in the Midwest, you know, because ours are dedicated to the petrochemical industry. So getting it on your cell phone, getting it as quickly as you can offers you the best opportunity to protect your family.
From right here all the way to where it stopped on the other end, from right there to right there.
And in the last, 3 years, we've had 4 of these types of incidents.
Is this your place here?
Yeah, my thing right here.
Were you home when it came through?
Yes, sir.
What did it feel like?
She, I was running holler. My sister, she crying. She still running crying.
Everybody okay?
Yes, sir. You all right?
What did it sound like?
Like a horn noise. Like a bunch of hails noise. Woo, and boom, boom. I thought that you were going to turn over me.
And what I want to do is just, thank all of these agencies that are involved in the response, especially Public Works. Immediately after the incident, they were there to help pick up debris at 7th District and do what they needed to do. So I'd like to thank all agencies in the parish, the way that they work together and the way that we operate under a unified command. It's pretty impressive. The law enforcement, fire services, Public Works, they were all there. They were all involved. And, I do appreciate what they do. It makes my job much, much easier when it's easy to coordinate.
So the 7th District Fire Station gets up and running, so staff there can get back to doing what they do best.
It looks a whole lot better. Of course, we're still missing half the station, but we're still here. We're still going to protect our community to the fullest, and we'll leave our station behind to keep our community safe. Serving the community is our priority. There's going to be a bump in the road. It's going to be a little out of normal for a while, but we'll be back to normal soon. So our response is still going to be the same. We have people here around the clock, 1 person during the day, 2 people at night, and 2 people on the weekends, just to make sure everything's secured and that we're still able to respond to our community.
These types of alerts are critical because they require immediate action. I mean, flooding and hurricanes, you might have days, to respond to it. These you have only seconds. So it's that important that you register your cell phone so you can take care of you and your family.
Did you buy the flashlight and the batteries?
Yes.
Did you make sure we're not missing anything in the first aid kit?
Yup.
Did you go through the plan with the kids again?
Yes.
The more you prepare today, the more you'll be able to reduce the devastating effects of a tornado, an earthquake, a power outage, or any other disaster. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed. Visit ready.gov.
What if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at ready.gov.
Project Kids Co's mission is to raise the money to help pay for the construction of an accessible play space for all children in our community. Funds are being raised and a site is being prepped for the eventual construction. So here's an update on the progress so far and how you can help make the park become reality.
I go to bed with it every night. I wake up to it every morning, as does my husband.
It was very challenging.
We can't just say,
going
boys
to
go
a new
outside and play.
place, going to a
My
different
child, if
place,
he's walking in a concrete and gets the
because I would
wheels
get the
caught,
stairs,
like, you know,
I
how
would
they do
get,
sidewalks in sections.
look
If
at that
his
kid.
Nobody
Can she not-
knows what it's like.
can
And
she
it is
not
a slap in our
control
face
her
for you to tell us that
child?
you do
Is she a bad
understand,
kid?
because you don't.
And
Even
you know, with a child with autism,
no matter if
they
you've
look
worked with it or
just
seen it or you have a brother's
but
uncle's
yet
cousin
the
that is
behaviors are there.
handicapped. You do not know what it is like. Project Kids Cove is an organization that we formed about 2.5 years ago here in Gonzales. It's going to be building a park that will be dedicated back to the city that will be accessible to children of all different needs and abilities.
Who's our board president, has a daughter with severe disability, and she was at the March Dimes Walk and just got together with some other moms that also had children with disabilities, and she was talking about taking a trip to Mandeville to go play at the park with the kids. And just in talking, they decided, well, why not? Why do we have to drive to Mandeville? Why don't we start something like that here? And so a bunch of grandmothers and moms of children with disabilities and some friends got together and started Kids Cove. And
you know, we've been driving to Mandeville to play. While we're there, we eat once, maybe twice. You know, we stay in their hotels, we shop at their Walmarts. You know, this park is going to offer a attraction to Gonzales. You know, just like we've been spending money in Mandeville, people are going to come here for this park. They're going to spend money in our city and in our parish for this park. There's 500 children in Ascension Parish, 500 with physical disabilities, 1,500 with some type of developmental delay. You know, it's not just going to affect those kids. In the surrounding parishes, there are an additional 20,000 kids with some type of disability. You know, those kids are going to come into our parish. Their families are going to take them to the water park while they're here. They're going to come to Kids Cove while they're here. They're going to go to Tanger while they're here. You know, and they'll eat in our restaurants and, you know, just be a good asset to our community. This is a park that I think will be used on a daily basis, not only by children with parents with disabilities, but by all parents. Children in wheelchairs, children with developmental delays, children in walkers. This park is going to have something to where they can play right alongside their siblings, their friends, their peers, without ever having to leave their wheelchair, and it's going to give them the opportunity to play and to be as normal as possible.
I don't think any kid should have to sit on the sidelines, because that's the most important part of a childhood, is having fun and being a child. And we have the means to give them that place, so we should do it.
We started fundraising about 2.5 years ago, and our goal was a 3-year fundraising mission. We have raised $725,000 of the $1 million that is needed to build the park. We're hoping to get a little bit closer to our target before we actually break ground.
Parents of children with disabilities consider themselves to be a community within a community, offering support and a helping hand whenever possible. Now, with the dream of Project Kids Cove, the entire community has set out to accomplish their vision through the support of parents, the city, and the parish.
We have had great support from the parish and the city. We do have a corporate endeavor with the city. The city dedicated the land to Project Kids Cove. Project Kids Cove is raising the money, building the park, and will then be dedicating the park back to the city of Gonzales. So it is a huge asset for not only the families that are affected by special needs in the parish, but it's going to be a great asset to the parish itself.
Once the money is raised, all that is left is the groundwork and the construction of the equipment, which Project Kids Cove hopes to have the community involved in.
We're going to have a community build, which will happen once all the dirt work and everything is ready. A lot of the preparation is the dirt work. That's also one of the most expensive things that we're doing to the park, so that it's all ADA guideline regulated. You know, in case a child falls or anything, you know, it is going to be, you know, approved by the American Disability Act. So we're just waiting to get the funds so that we can get it going.
Project Kids Cove is not just a place where children with disabilities can come to play, but also a safe environment for all children where parents can relax and network with other parents while their children have the chance to be kids.
Part of what we wanted here was a place for the parents to be able to get together and talk about solutions to problems that they're having, and just have an outlet for their day-to-day lives that they go through.
So I can't wait to have somewhere that's safe, that's enclosed, that I can take both my kids and just turn them loose. Not only is it going to be a place where they can go and be kids and have fun, you know, as a parent of a special needs child, the best networking you can do is parent to parent. You know, we talk about doctors, we talk about therapy. You know, this is going to be a place that parents can get together and have our own little therapy sessions and, you know, talk about what's in the best interest of our children.
Part of the design of the park is side-by-side place. So where there might be a normal height piece of equipment, there's a lower one for children with wheelchairs, so that their older brother could be playing right alongside them. So we want to see all children here. It's not just a handicap accessible park. It's you know, our mission is that plays universal, and we want to see all children out here. We were very fortunate to have a local architect donate his services. Mike Paterla did the design for the park. It's going to have a nautical theme. It's going to have water elements like misters, because some of the children on their medicine makes them heat sensitive. And it looks like a big pirate ship. It's going to be really nice.
Well, for children that are in walkers or wheelchairs that have physical disabilities, the main structures of the park are actually wheelchair accessible. They have ramps. This will have a ramp instead of the steps, but it'll also have a little set of steps on the side next to the ramp. You know, the levels of the play equipment itself are lower, so that a child sitting in a wheelchair can play with the little steering wheel or the little educational panels without having to get out of the wheelchair. But 2 feet away, his brother is playing, you know, on a regular height panel.
We just hope that everybody would get as excited about it as we are. We've had a lot of community leaders back the project, major corporate donors. We've had BASF, our anonymous donor, St. Elizabeth's, the Parish. If there's anyone out there that wants to volunteer, certainly if you want to donate, we're really close to being able to build, and we'd like to get started as soon as possible. We've had 2 of our children that we featured in articles in the Dallas Weekly have passed away since we featured them, and we'd like to honor those families and get it built as soon as possible, so that we don't want to waste any time, and get it built for the children who really need it.
If you would like to get in touch with Project Kids Cove for more information or to volunteer, you can visit them at projectkidscove.com or on Facebook.
In 1990, in Severn, Maryland, the daughter of a clergyman was discovered by a music industry insider while pumping gas at a service station. The odds of her getting signed and spending 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of this former church choir singer going on to sell 40 million records? 1 in 15 million. The odds of the same woman winning 6 Grammy Awards and starring in 2 Broadway plays? 1 in 75 million. The odds of this musician and performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
But it would be safe to keep your distance until the secret that will make you smile. Reliable sources say that chicken soup has found their way out of this
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Spring is here, winter is in the rearview mirror. It's time to get outside and enjoy all of what Ascension Parish is blessed with in natural beauty. Add to that the opportunity daylight savings gives us in the evenings to spend some time outside. So here's a look at improvements to Recreation Department facilities you and your family can enjoy.
I mean, this is just a beautiful place to come out and sit, if nothing else. You know, it's just, I mean, you can commune with nature. We got ducks, we got rabbits, you know, wildlife, and the fishing's really good. It can be good, you know. It's, we've stocked it with some really nice bass. We've stocked it with some really nice catfish.
Welcome to the newest feature at the Lamar-Dixon Expo Center.
We have a gazebo slash fishing pier. Very, very nice little facility. The gazebo is 16 feet wide, and the pier itself is 80 foot from one end to the other. And it's also handicap approved.
Sure, handicap
You know,
accessible.
Right, right.
So anybody can come out here and use it?
Anybody can come out and use it. It's a really nice little fishing spot.
It looks pretty solid.
It's very solid.
Yeah.
I mean, you could drive a car on that, but I hope nobody tries that. But
it's built to stand there for a long time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It'll be here for years to come.
Yeah, I think the architect came out and he looked around. He just said, "Wow," you know.
The structure was a joint effort constructed with cooperation from the parish recreation, drainage, and maintenance departments, and part of the development of the green space, sprawling grounds, and ponds, which are destined to become the next great feature of the Lamar-Dixon Expo Center.
You see what we got. I mean, it's just beautiful. Every direction you look in once you come through that gate.
Absolutely.
I'm really proud to be part of it, actually, because it's whoever's vision it is, it's coming around and it's really looking nice.
The old PJ's Landing is another parish property seeing improvements. Widening of the boat launch and construction of a boardwalk, just some of the work underway.
And there's over 7 acres, and the groundwork is coming around so nice. It's going to be another fine little park. You know, it's going to be really nice, and same sort of deal. I mean, you can bring your families out there. It's going to be family oriented. It's going to have probably down the line pavilions and pretty nice places to fish.
This facility's most important benefit, though, is the access it provides by boat to the vast network of bayous and rivers throughout the parish for law enforcement and first responders in the event of emergencies on our waterways.
It's been a long time coming. I want to thank Mr. Tommy and the parish for getting this done. Mr. Carlton Savoy, you know, he was kind of the person that got all this started back, 10 years ago, I guess. So it's just a great thing to have here in the parish, another public boat launch. I know the one over at Stringer Bridge, you get 8-9 vehicles over there and it's just jam-packed full. So this is going to help out the parish a lot for the sportsmen.
From this point right here, there's a lot of good fishing, and it's not that far from here either. So small boats, big boats, excellent launch for the parish. It's going to be good.
In the words of Harold Meir, you can launch right here and go to Paris, France. So it's something the parish can be proud of.
You know, recreation is not just about baseball or football. People enjoy other type of activities, especially when you get old like me and Vince. We can go fish or hunt a little bit, but we don't play ball anymore. But this provides an alternate type recreation for everyone.
Let's talk about the facility that's here and the features of it, tell us where we're standing and what we got.
We had the dedication of this about 3 months ago when we named it Frank Sotil Jr. Facility, and we had most probably about 65, 70 people out. But it's going to be used for picnics, family reunions. It's a beautiful facility. We're getting a lot of calls now for people wanting to use it, and it's going to be a great asset to Donaldsonville.
Tell me about Frank Sotil Jr.
Frank was most probably in baseball his whole life. I mean, he ate, slept. I mean, it was all about baseball and the kids with him. Everything that it was done, I remember from Frank was about the kids. Whenever we had the dedication, we had some people say some very touching things about him, and he was a super guy. Yeah.
So it's fitting we name this pavilion after.
Definitely.
So this is just one, the pavilion here, the Frank Sotil Jr. Pavilion is just one of many features in this large complex.
Right. And we're doing the master plan right now. We want to try to put a spray park out here also. You know, we adjust some of the ballparks, make them bigger, and hopefully make room for soccer, maybe football field or something also.
So would this be considered just part of a commitment to the residents on the west side for recreation facilities?
Just starting, yes, sir.
The commitment to improving the parks and recreational facilities on the west side is evident here at Lowry Park. Upgrades to the pavilions and grounds are complete, and the installation of new playground equipment is too. Imagine the joy of children and families spending hours of spring and summer days at facilities like this one. And here too at Lemonville Park, where work on the grounds and pavilions, improved drainage, and new playground equipment is available for residents of Ascension Parish. Now's the time to register with the Recreation Department for a list of activities from which you can choose.
We have several events on this side of the river that people may not know about, but we have the Hershey Track and Field event that this is our third year doing that. It's usually held at Donaldsonville High School track facility, and it's going to be May 18th this year, and we'll have an open registration starting on April the 1st. Okay. And we also have added punt, pass, and kick, which is an NFL program, and then we have pitch, hit, and run, which is our Major League Baseball program.
Kind of like the equivalent of
all three of them kind of coincide with each other. Hershey's like the track thing, and then you have the baseball, and then you have the football. So we're looking forward to all the events this year.
Whatever the activity, whatever your age, the Ascension Parish Recreation and Culture Department has programs and facilities to suit you. For more information about their programs, go online to ascensionparish.net or call them at 621-9661.
Welcome home, man.
Coming home can be hard if you're a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan. You may feel like you're all alone. But you're not alone. At iava.org, your fellow vets are all around you. Join our free online community, get the resources you need, and connect to other vets who know where you're coming from. iava.org. We've got your back.
The Louisiana Army National Guard's 922nd Horizontal Engineering Company recently deployed from the Lamar Dixon Expo Center. More than 150 members of the Gonzales-based 922nd and their families attended the ceremony before the unit left for Fort Bliss, Texas for training before continuing a year-long deployment, which includes operations in Kuwait.
Almighty God, our thoughts turn to you as these soldiers head for distant places. You know the future, and we are confident that you will defend them from all adversities to their bodies and soul, if we put our trust in you. Watch over spouses, children, and loved ones at home through all the days of their separation, that their return may be a blessed homecoming. Enable each of them to accept cheerfully their place of duty within this deployment, and with true devotion attend to their appointed tasks as a service with good purpose. Grant us all the ability to maintain good spirit until their safe return. O God, may your protective arm rest upon the shoulders of each soldier in this operation and return them all safely home. Lord God, as they leave this place and deploy to an important destination where they can serve our nation in faith, help them to remember your words and promise, which says, "Fear not, for I am with you always." Give peace to their families and loved ones, knowing that all of them are cared for by your power and might. Amen.
Meet the newest member of the Ascension Counseling Center therapy team. This is Java, a 5-year-old medium-sized dog with a big heart. Java tags along with counselor Christy Boggs for pet-assisted therapy sessions at the Ascension Counseling Center.
Pet-assisted therapy is just something that you can do with many different types of pets. Ultimately, the purpose is to put the person who, the client at ease, whoever is coming for counseling sessions. It just helps them to calm down. Different things show, studies show that they can help lift the mood of someone that's depressed. It can help relieve anxiety for anybody who may be a little anxious. And then also just put kids at ease that may be a little uncertain about coming to counseling sessions. I've seen different things show that you can use it with dogs, cats, horses, cows, anything, because animals kind of provide a common bond. And so the idea for us was ultimately the idea of bringing my dog to work would be fun. And all of the counselors here really have just, they're animal lovers. And so as we started to just kind of throw the idea out there, we thought, let's give this a try. And Java's been through some pet obedience training, and she just had a basic temperament that really fit working with people. She loves people. And of course, I would talk to my director about it, so we thought we'd give it a whirl.
Besides sessions at the Ascension Counseling Center, Java makes monthly visits to senior living centers and partners with Trafficking Hope, a nonprofit organization that provides safe housing for victims of human trafficking. To make an appointment with Java, call the Ascension Counseling Center at 621-1113.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Today is a special day. Today we gather as a nation and as an international community to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. She's been recognized by religious figures and politicians around the world. To us, she's just Rachel. But to the rest of the world, she's the woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she's spared.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Inside Ascension. We appreciate you taking the time to watch Ascension 21. Remember, you can always reach us by emailing insideascension@apgov.us.
But before we leave you, here's a treat from a couple of Ascension Parish government employees you may recognize. You've seen them before closing the show, and they're back again with their special blend of blues. So let's go back to the new gazebo out on the water at Lamar Dixon. From the Facilities Maintenance Department, here's Larry Neal and Public Information Officer Lester Kenyon with an Inside Ascension dose of lagniappe as we say goodbye.
So long, everybody, and please keep watching Ascension 21.
Walking alone in the rain, water in my shoes. All I can feel is this pain in my heart and these muddy water blues. River weep for me, nothing left to lose. Under the weeping willow tree and these muddy water blues. Muddy water blues. Muddy water blues. Muddy water blues. Tell me the news. Please give me some shelter. It's something I can use. Way down here in the Delta, these muddy water blues. Muddy water blues. Muddy water blues. Muddy water blues. Tell me the news. Please give me some shelter. It's something I can use. Way down here in the Delta, and these muddy water blues. Muddy water blues. Muddy water blue.